now I'm going to show you how to make the envelope for the card that accommodates the bulk of your embellishments. It actually measures about 5/8 of an inch in thickness, so you can put a lot of embellishments on your card and not worry about it bulking up too much. I'm going to show you how I make this just by measuring, and you don't need to have special tools for making this. I start by cutting my sheet of 12 by 12 paper to make a template, and I'm going to be using this over and over again to cut my other paper that I want to use for my envelope. I start by cutting this at 11 by 3/8 of an inch square. So that's 3/8, not 3/4, but 11 and 3/8 of an inch. And on the other side, I'll start with a square piece. I fold this in two. Make sure it's very straight. And then in two again on the other side. So that forms a small square. So I can see the centers with all of the fold marks. Then what I do is I'm going to draw a line from one fold mark to the other to form a diagonal. And I do that on all four sides. There we go. So the next step is I'm going to put a mark at each center that's 7/8 of an inch on either side of the center. So I'm going to measure here 7/8 to the left of my fold. So there's 7/8 here and 7/8 to the right. And I do that on all four sides. Next, I draw more lines. The left mark to the right mark on the other edge. So I go from left to the right mark here. And I draw my line. And then I turn over and I do the same. Left of the center to right of the center. Then I cut out the V shape on each side. So I go from this edge up to the end. Like that. And I do that on every side. And this is my template. So now I'm ready to make my envelope with the paper that I want to use. I'm going to start by cutting this so that, again, it measures 11 3/8 of an inch. It has to be exact, otherwise it won't fit properly. Then I can just lay my template on top and draw my lines that I'm going to cut out. I was trying to find the easiest way to make a template for this, and this is what I came up with. I'm working with my scoreboard, and I'm going to start by scoring the lines for the envelope flaps. So I just line this up, and I score like that. Oops, I didn't do that one very well. What is wrong with me this morning? These are going to fold up. Now I have a 5/8 inch thickness on here. You can probably adjust it and make it a little bit thicker or a little bit thinner. So I'm going to put my original score line on my board. Actually, the easiest way to do that, make sure it's straight, is I'll just fold this down and push this up against there. And so I'm going to count 5/8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and score. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I do that all around. I didn't score this one very well. Okay. Now I can fold this up. And decide which part of your card will be the top flap, especially if you have a design on the front. And I can form that like that. So you can see I've got my 5/8 thickness there. And I'm going to start by attaching this panel down. I don't really need to put any here. You can put some tape there if you want to really seal down, but I don't think it's necessary. And then I fold this, line it up. And make sure these join. That's pretty good. And then I do the same thing on this side. Give it some slack. And then when I put my card in, I can seal the top down. Oh, I forgot, I want to put some more of these little bead things on here. There we go. Sign your card. Put a message on the back if you like. Make sure these flaps are in. And the card fits. And then you can seal that. And if you wanted to, you can also put some embellishments to match your card. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I ended up making it very similar to the format that I use in my mini albums, where I have the written instructions with photos, and then you can just follow along with the videos. Once you've done one of the cards, then you can probably just refer back to the instructions for the measurements and as reminders of how to do it, so you don't need to keep referring back to these videos all the time. Anyways, the instructions are on my website at www.scrapndrapit.com, and I have a link to them in my very first video. It's a PDF file, so just go to the website, click on the link, and you can download the instructions, and the links to these videos is also included in the instructions for further reference. Have a great day and happy scrapping!